Hello there, and welcome to Holmbush. You can see, if I go in close, there is Tesco's at Holmbush, so you know roughly where I am, and ignore the grey skies. I can zoom back in. There we go. This is the main roundabout that takes you from the A27 to the A270 over there. There's a boat. There's the rest of the A270, which is the way I'm going today. I'm going to walk home. It's a distance, don't know the number. I'll let you all know when I'm doing the editing process. The number will be up on the screen as it always is. And I'm going to walk home and show you the sights. I didn't mention this before when I went to Midhurst, which you should have seen by now. Unless it's your first video and first time here, in which case, welcome. Hope you stay. But I'm going to walk home, just as I planned to last week and never got round to doing. Soon you'll see me, so you know it's me. So, let's hope you stay. James out. And it's me. Welcome. As I said, I'm doing this walk because, well, partially because I want to, and partially because I wanted to show you the sights along the way. It's a really nice walk actually. I've done this a few times before. Not recently though. Recently I've done other things, but as I said, the other week I had this great idea. Why don't I take the bus to places and walk back? And as you know, I like walking. It's a hobby of mine. Close enough. And this, normally, I'd wait for like a really good day, leave early, walk up here, walk back. But now that I've started doing some serious exercise, I find there's less time. And if I want to get back in good time, then I've got to be more careful. In case you're wondering, the reason I've stopped is because there's a few cars around me. But I'm not causing trouble. Let's go. Now, as I said, I'm walking down the A270 right now. And from this angle, the weather looks nice, but there's a depressing day, happy day. Depressing day, happy day. Someone called me a dickhead. Good times. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, I remember now. My idea. Since I started exercising regularly, I decided I should take the bus and just walk back, because it's still good exercise. And the fact that I have less time to do it in a day means I get to do it. I'll do it less and I'll appreciate it more. Kind of think of it, that's the first time someone's actually shouted at me while I'm doing this. I've done this plenty of times before. First time someone shouted at me. God, mate, I'm not being self-conscious about it as I actually thought I would, you know? I really didn't. Why don't that say something about me? Or whether it's just, you know, meaningless at the end of the day. I guess I'll never really know. But actually, look, there is that. And you can see that. Actually, I'll get a bit closer. Actually, it would be better. Actually. There's also someone walking beside me. I'll quickly wait. I don't want them thinking I'm spying on them. There we go. It's an old police box right there. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, you'll probably recognise it. I'm guessing that's what it's based on, what it's supposed to be. It's hard to tell, it could just be an old police box. You used to get them back in the olden days. And I mean olden days, you're talking like 50s and 60s. Way before my time. Right, it's still coming up, so I shall return. And I'm back. Now, I've turned the camera around because it's better. You don't need to keep looking at me. The reason I made it is to look at the sights. I mean, over there is Southlands Hospital. That's where I was born. Even though technically, yes, I know Worthing Hospital is technically closer to where I live and where I was raised, but all babies at the time were born in Southlands. I don't know when they stopped doing it or whether they still do it. I don't actually know. Never really thought to find out, if I'm honest. But we shall see. This is partially where the bus stopped on the way. If you have seen the bus footage of my walk up here, or trip up here I should say, so I use them for the talking ones. Now, if things go to plan, then you would have seen, if you watch all my videos, then you would have seen me talking to the footage of my bus ride up here, or at least some of it. I caught the number 9. Goes all the way from Arundel, through Angmering, Russington, Ferring, Worthing, Lancing, all the way out to Shoreham, and to here. It's a long route. Okay, if you're watching, I've just crossed the road. It's like there's a ton of people walking by suddenly. Then again, I'm walking near a hospital, so I shouldn't really be too surprised about it all. Really shouldn't, and I can see more coming now. After these shops here, it probably will be a lot more clearer. So I think I'll probably stop now, because there's not much to look at here, really, if you think about it. But I shall persevere. Okay. And I'm back again. Thought I might as well show you the shops. It's a little parade. You get these in this country. I mean, if you are British, you'll recognise that this is pretty much, well, you get these all over the country, but I think a lot of my viewers are stateside, so you won't necessarily see these. I don't think so anyway. If I'm wrong, do correct me, because I'm happy to learn things. Really am. Anyway, where was I? I always forget where I am with these. Oh yes. Oh yes, I remember now. Just before I got interrupted, I was going to tell you. Today's, in case you're wondering, today's Thursday the 7th of May. Oh, that's interesting. You can go a lot of different places from here. Which are all like that. Now I do spy a church over there, and I think I should go have a look in, because it's tradition with this channel. In case you're wondering, I'm not religious in any particular way, but I do like a nice religious building. Don't know why, but they just put me at ease. Always cross when the green man comes up, people. There we go. Just like that. Now, I've also had another realisation. The man that called me a dickhead from his car drove a silver car, so who's the bigger dickhead, eh? Me and myself, still called the man with a car that he couldn't even bother to put a colour on it. I mean, really? What are people like? These are new, these places. Made to look slightly older. I remember when they were being built, I used to do a lot of dog walking around here. One particular church. Right, see if we can get in, shall we? Hopefully we can. So the church was a no-go. Locked. Pity really, but what can one do? Unfortunately nowadays, due to lack of attendances and that, you often get one minister looking after about 3 or 4 churches at a time. Obviously they can't be at each one all the time. And you can't just leave it unlocked for any idiot to walk in, can you? Still, we tried. I'll have a look in next time I'm walking past. Alright, let's carry on. Now, coming up on the left, or up ahead by the traffic lights you can see, on the left there is a doctor's surgery. You have a Tesco Express before that, which used to be a pub. You'll see it when we walk past. On the right you have Buckingham Park, which is absolutely freaking huge. It really is. But it's bigger than any park in Larton, you know. I don't think Worthing has one that big either. Remember as a kid they used to have about 10, 12 football games on there at one point. On every Saturday and Sunday. It was a mental thing just thinking about it now. It really was. And it's me again. Welcome back. Although technically you didn't have a left read, so welcome back is more for me really, because, well, I was the other side. But anyway, as I said, to the left of me is that Tesco Express that used to be a pub. And if you don't quite know what I mean, the British viewers will recognise it. They know exactly what I'm on about. Look at that. See? Does that not scream pub to you or what? It does to me. Seems kind of sad really. I mean, you can tell it used to be like it's got the old pub name, the green jacket on top. Seems really sad, but if no one goes to these things, then what can one do? It's sad really. That's like someone's coming. Okay, let's go. Okay, I was wrong about the doctor's surgery. I swear it used to be. It's a funeral director's home now, look. And if I go this way, you can see the park. I'll show you, but it's a park, you know. It's just got greenery on it. A car park. Remember I took my last dog there a few times. Well, my only dog really. I never had one in my life. I've had other dogs, well, technically I've had other dogs in my life, but only one has actually lived with me. Looked after a few in my time. But that's about it really. That's probably good. Actually, that's better. You see a bit more now. Now, this is only a fraction of the walk, but we're getting closer to the interesting part, by the way, in case you're wondering, because at the moment you're probably thinking, James, it's just houses. Houses, houses, houses. This is boring. No, technically yes, but it leads to something much more interesting. Believe me, just gotta wait and find out. And I'm not going to put a timestamp in either, so you skip to it. If you want to see it, you can wait. Today is actually also an interesting day for this country. Today is election day, or rather local election day. It's a day when people go into those little polling stations, put an X in a box with the pencil, and that's that. And then they decide who runs the local area. In some ways, anyway. Not exactly sure how local government really works, if I'm honest. It's not something I've really looked into. I'll tell you who I'm voting for, but that's private. But if you follow my channel and you know me, or you've spoken to me in some way, you can probably guess which way I'm going. I did say I was going to keep politics out, but I think sometimes it's hard not to, you know? Because, sometimes your views come out without even realising it. Because we all have views. Anyone who says they're apolitical is, well, they're probably really lying to themselves. I would say they're lying, but they're more lying to themselves than anything, really. Because everyone has beliefs, everyone has ideas, and everyone thinks things should be a certain way. Even if they're not too sure exactly how it works, but they do know they have feelings on things. We all do. It's only natural. I suppose really that's one of the upsides of democracies. You do get to choose which idiot does actually mug you off in the end. Unlike other countries where they choose for you. I don't know. That's it really. That's James's default over, by the way. Going back to the simple stuff. These houses behind me are nice. I'll never be able to afford them. Not unless I started dealing drugs or anything. I wouldn't do that. or even know where to start. I mean, who do you sell it? You can't just go up to anyone and say, "Do you want to buy something?" Can you? Because they might be a cop, could be undercovers. Or they may just stab you and take your stuff anyway, and the money you've made. Because technically, I imagine that's a cash thing. Of course, that would lead to issues with the tax man. Because you'd have all this money, you'd start spending something, and they'd be like, "Where's all this money coming from?" And you'd have to find reasons to tell them, not to tell them what you're doing. Okay, anti-drug talk over. Actually, no, I don't really judge anyone that takes drugs, really. I mean, anyone can become addicted to certain drugs. I mean, then again, I do occasionally drink alcohol. Not a lot of it, but I occasionally drink alcohol. It's like a drug, because you have enough of it, you will act and do things you don't normally do. I know that, and it does alter your mind. Although that's illegal, so all I'm going to say is just be careful, people, okay? Just be careful out there. You know your limits. And if you are stuck in a bad situation where you're addicted to something, then I'm not going to judge you, but I do hope you do seek the help you need. Because life is better when you're not like that, you know? I mean, I have enough problems now. I dread to think how life would actually go on if I was like that. Anyway, we're going to keep this light today. Now I've done my warning, my self-fulfilling prophecy talk. It's time to carry on with what we're doing. Enjoying a nice walk. Now, down that road there, is Shoreham Town Centre and Shoreham train station. Not much to show there, well, there is, but I think I'll leave that for another video. But you don't want to see everything in once, do you? I mean, how long will this video be? Will it be an hour? I don't actually know yet. Not until the editing process. And chances are I'll leave myself a note up here anyway saying what's actually happening. I like this little bit here. Just do. It's nice they put it in on this little thing, because normally they just leave it as grass. I've got to admit, I'm actually walking this faster than I thought I would have been. Because Falling Stream was a lot longer than it actually is, you know? You ever do that? Think something's going to take a lot longer than what it actually does? Or is that just me being pessimistic? I don't think I ever truly know. Now, if you saw the mid-history, you'll remember I mentioned this building here. Though it's not actually up on supports like I thought it was. Then again, to be fair, last time I was around it was 2018, I think. Or maybe early 2019. It's before the pandemic, I know that much. But it reminded me of it because it's just an old building that's just stuck in the middle of nowhere almost. And it's always been shut. Because you can't see a lot in there. Except that. Though actually this camera is actually seeing it better than I am. Well, it looks quite dark, but this camera seems to be picking most of it up. I can go in there. See, I look myself, all I can see is the darkness, but the camera seems to be picking up quite well. Now, I have no idea what this was. I mean, if you're into history, you might know. But I don't know much about history, if I'm honest. So I wanted to show you because it was interesting, I think. And it was only slightly off the pathway. If you do know what it was for, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. I mean, I could probably ask on one of the local Facebook groups, but I probably won't. This would be more interesting. As you have noticed, I found another church. Technically I saw this one on the bus up here. St. Nicholas this one is. It's
quite old, as you can tell. I've walked around here loads of times, never actually been inside. And let's see if this one actually is open. According to the sign it is, so hooray. Let's hope it is. Well, let's hope there's no one inside I can bother. Because, you know, as I always say, not everybody wants to be recorded, but look at this. This is nice, is it not? Ooh, benches I can sit down. Now, one regret I do have today is that I didn't bring any water with me. I should have done. I planned to. I never actually got round to it. It is a shame. Definitely open. We'll have a look inside in a minute. Let's have a walk around first, shall we? Starting to get thirsty. And I'm worried about dehydration. I don't really see any actual shops on the way home either. It's a shame. We shall see though. If I start going mad and rambling towards the end, then you know I'm starting to get dehydrated. One more reason to make sure you do have water with you. Always make sure you do. Okay, I think that's it. Don't really want to go around the cemetery too much because it seems a bit disrespectful, but we shall have a look. Let's have a look inside, shall we? Now, this is the first time I've actually been inside the walked around here many times. Nice view. Might get some B-roll footage of that later on. So, let's have a look, shall we? Now, if you don't really see much of a church, then you'll know that there's stuff going inside, and I will explain it afterwards. But let's have a look. Let's take my hat off. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, then that's great. You'll be pleased to know, however, that there is a second part coming up, and that'll be available to you very soon. If it's already been uploaded, you'll be able to watch it straight away. Thanks for watching everyone. See you soon. Bye.